the guy that just moved in is like a hardcore like video game guy.
He's like emotional about losing.
It never picks up on it.
That's weird.
But
I just heard him. Yeah, he was just saying something, right?
Yeah, he's like, in the beginning I didn't know what. Testing.
That's number 6.
That's who you knocked on. No, I don't know. It's a downstairs guy.
Oh. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
That's good. Thanks. A lot of times I've had so many episodes that go to edit, and it's like the mic's just in people's face.
No. Yeah.
It's tough with this.
See, I'm a TV guy.
Oh, I see that.
I get it.
I see that.
I understand. I got a face for TV.
Oh man.
Nobody's ever said that.
I got an ass for TV.
That's
about it.
I got a backside that really makes a lot of sense wild. In 4K.
If you remember when 4K just came out and you started looking at the people, you're like, holy shit.
I always think watching sports now is funny because you're like, I remember thinking this was as clear as it could get.
Yeah.
And then you watch old sports and it's like, this is trash.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see anything.
The old baseball games. Why is that a thing that they replay baseball games? Do you know?
No, because those are always boring. Hopefully they edit it. But yeah, I don't know. Baseball has always been boring, even when it's exciting. I'll admit that it's bad.
I am learning more about it now.
Baseball?
Because Matt likes it.
Does he?
Yeah, he used to play.
Oh, I love baseball.
Yeah.
I didn't know he liked baseball.
He was a D3.
Was he? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's better than a lot of people.
So I'm learning.
Baseball's hard.
And before I knew anything, this is just where you go to black out.
So that's what I always say. I used to do a joke about how baseball is like my favorite sport because you can like go get drunk, you can take a nap, and you wake up and you didn't miss anything. It's like, dude, let's go.
That is nice.
It's the 4th inning, a couple doubles. What's going on? Like,
yeah, I like it.
We
went to a game before a long time show in San Diego.
Oh yeah.
Before we went hard and a few people, we won't say names, or passed out.
Oh really?
During the game, blacked out.
Yeah, San Diego's is like, that's a party stadium.
It was.
I
fun.
love that stadium.
It was so fun.
Yeah. I'm a large fan of that. Did I see you guys that day?
Did you?
I remember seeing you guys one time where I was like, oh, you guys are drunk. But then Maddie still ripped. I don't know what that was.
I remember, did you go out after and we went to a house party?
No, that was different. Yeah.
That was a long day.
Yeah, I'm a champion. That's what I have a thing called a Turner gene, they say about us, where we just keep going.
That's nice.
Or it's a sign that you have a real drinking problem. And people are like...
No, I do think there is difference tolerances.
I can go pretty hard. My brother can go as hard as anybody. Him and there's another close friend that I have, Ben. They can go... And you'll find out the next day that he was blackout drunk, and you're like, dude, you were blackout drunk the whole time?
Oh, wow.
You were pretty great.
That's amazing.
We had a very deep conversation about a lot of stuff. So
I think girls are the worst blackout drunks ever.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yes.
We're not good at blacking out. We're either emotional, puking.
Mm-hmm.
I tried this one joke. It didn't last long. I still think it's funny though. About
I still think it's funny.
Yeah, I think it's funny. It didn't work.
Nope, 0 other people think it's funny.
No one else laughed.
Yeah.
But how like you know when you brown out and you like come out for a second?
Right.
I was like puking and then I farted and it like came out of it because I was so embarrassed for the moment.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm just gonna go back in there for the blackout.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just choose to black back out again.
You browned out with a fart. I don't know. Maybe it's a wordplay thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out.
I think I'll let it go.
You know what? Maybe that isn't funny to anybody else.
Yeah. Oh, I had to say your name. I always forget people's names. Michael Turner, everybody.
What up, everybody? How we doing?
Did you ever go by Mikey or?
I have an older brother, and older people in my family maybe call me Mikey. Mm-hmm. Mikey. Who else would call me Mikey? My sister like my older brother and sister will call me Mikey. And then Michael. Most of the women in my life call me Michael. and then Mike is typical, or Turner. Most of the homies call me Turner. I'm just right.
It's
Isn't that like over? I don't know. How do you know
I
more?
I say Michael.
Right.
But I guess when I'm talking, it's Michael Turner because there's so many.
There's so many Michaels, so I feel like I get called in the LA scene. I feel like a lot of dudes call me Turner.
I like Turner.
It's an easy one.
Great.
It's a very firm last name. I've always thought I've had a very nice. Michael James Turner is my name.
Ooh, that's good.
It's a good name.
Solid name.
Yeah.
I like my last name too. Thankfully, like Mandy Martino, it flows really well.
Yeah.
Double M's.
Yeah, I like that.
Middle name's Nicole. We don't need it.
No, it doesn't add anything.
No.
But it doesn't take anything away. But Mandy Martino is a nice. There's like what is that? 5 syllables we're working with. That's nice. I'm forced.
You're good at math.
Yeah. Like, shout out to Sun Devils. Go Devils.
Is that your high school?
That's my university, Arizona State.
Oh, university.
Yeah.
You learned stuff there too.
I learned a lot. I learned how to drink like I drink.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you start in high school or in college?
Drinking.
Yeah.
So I was late.
Drinking.
I was late because my father had a nasty like a drinking thing, and then my brother was like kind of a party dude in high school to a point where it was. He's fine. He's fine, but it was problematic maybe in high school more so because I was a little brother looking at it. They went really hard. Shout out to 03 Sycamore Aviators. I'm talking to all you kids, not just John Turner. That whole grade is a historic grade of drinkers, yes. And so I was like observing these guys, and I was like, man, I think I'm gonna chill. And I was a little intimidated by the idea of it, but then I say all that, and then once junior year hit, I was drinking. So like, what is that, 16, 17?
That's an average
Once
age.
I started driving, I was like, I think I can drink now.
It's time.
We had an easy one too. One of my closest friends he looked exactly like his brother. So, and his brother was like 23 or something, but we were 16 and just had the ID. And so we would get booze really easily. We went really hard, yeah. But we didn't go as hard as 03 Sycamore. The Sycamore Aviators in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Wonder how all of them are doing.
You know what? All of them are doing pretty well.
Jeez.
Including my brother. Yeah, everybody.
That's great.
No, it's actually kind of crazy. I'm sure there's some people I'm not considering, but like for the most part. And also a lot of people that I grew up with, we're all doing really well. It's interesting. A lot of people from my high school have done. Now there's definitely some people that have
slipped through the cracks.
Yeah. But
I noticed the people in high school and college who partied the most, like the hardest, were the smartest and got the best grades, and like seemed like they didn't even get hungover. I hate them.
Yeah, I agree.
I love it for them.
For them,
jealous, very jealous.
Did you get hangovers like at a young age?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I mean, I did, but now they're debilitating.
Now they're different.
They're different now, but I would. I don't know. Yeah, we always were able to really drink or rally. Like I could still be hungover and still like I'm gonna drink the next day. It was never an excuse.
Yeah, no excuses. No, but it was painful.
Yeah, I mean, well, then I went. So we drank pretty good in high school. We did like beer pong and all those things. Like we would skip school and just do a beer pong tournament. And I think I peaked at like 19. I was like I would put myself in probably top 100 in the country.
Damn.
I would do some step backs. I had a hook shot to close games at sometimes. It was really embarrassing to people.
Did you hate the people who did the distractions?
And how so? Like, no, I didn't. No, it's all part of the game.
It is part of the game, but man, it ticked me off.
Yeah, I mean, you got to focus. You got to lock in. I mean, I was a big Kobe guy, so I mean, there's a lot of fans making noise at the line.
It is true.
He did it with the torn Achilles. He hit 2 free throws.
Man.
So no excuses. That's what I say.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But then ASU was a party school, so we were drinking like I never drank. But to your point, like I was a big partier. The most productive or the best semester I ever had at Arizona State University, I was taking 18 credits. So that's like 6 courses or something like that.
That's a lot.
I had an unpaid internship. I had 2 jobs and I had no car. So I was taking the bus everywhere.
Jeez.
And that was the best GPA I ever had.
Yeah.
So like
nice.
I'm like that type of person.
You are that person.
Where like
I hate.
the more I don't know. I think it's like I'm just a worker. I don't know that.
I do know what you mean though.
Yeah.
Like the more time I have, I mean, I'm pretty strict with myself out here because when it comes to doing what you love, it's easier to be on task. At least I think so.
It can't. I mean, I don't know. Also, you're like, well, the show's not till 8. I could sleep till 2.
It's nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
But I do think the more you have on your plate, the more you get done.
I know that about myself for sure.
I'm the same.
I don't think that applies to everybody, but there's a personality type, yeah, that works for it. The busier I am, the better everything is.
Mm-hmm.
Like the product is actually better. Like I'm usually more honed in on things, and so yeah, I don't know. It is weird, but my mom was always a hard worker. My dad was a hard worker, so it's in the genes for sure.
You could not get drunk too easily.
And they're all alcoholics. My mother's Irish, and my dad had a nasty little booze problem in the 80s. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm half Irish too.
Really?
Oh, I thought I was. Then I did the 23andMe recently.
What'd they say?
Don't worry, I didn't write a joke about it.
No. Yeah.
You're listening. Everyone has a 23andMe joke.
Yeah.
It turned out I was actually Scottish.
Oh, that's way worse.
That's like the Florida of the Irish.
I mean, I don't know a lot about Scottish, but I know Irish is much more respected.
Yeah, so we'll stick to Irish.
Yeah. But Scottish, I mean, that's William Wallace. That's what Braveheart's about, I think.
Oh, that makes sense.
Scotland, yeah.
Totally.
He's
now
Scottish.
I feel it.
So that's better. And
it's a
then
great movie.
Ireland helped them out in the war, I think. I haven't seen that in a while. 3.5 hours. Am I going to rewatch it? No. But I remember the main parts. But yeah, Scottish, I don't know a lot about that, but they probably have a nasty little drinking problem.
I would think more than Irish. Or at least...
No, Irish people are better drinkers. You know what? I actually don't know.
I think we need to go there.
I think we need to go and find out.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
You know, I was supposed to go to Ireland before I knew I was Scottish.
That's very funny.
My mom was going to take me to my great-grandma's house in Ireland. So they lived in
So
Ireland.
who thought they were Irish?
Oh, my
ancestors.
Grammy. Right now, she thinks she's Irish. I haven't broken the news.
Does she live where?
She's American? Yeah, she's American.
Oh.
Her mom lived in Ireland, and all of them lived in Ireland.
And at some point, they came over from Scotland.
Yeah, then they told no one. They're like, we are. That's like me moving from Florida to California and saying, we're all from California.
I've been Irish. Yeah. What's
up, dude? Irish.
What's going on, dude? Who the fuck are you? That's crazy. Is that Scotch? That's probably where Scotch is from.
You know, when I think
Irish
like
whiskey
that,
and Scotch whiskey.
It's funny when you never put 2 and 2 together.
It's probably that. I never thought about that either.
I've never thought about it.
I do like Scotch.
Scotch.
I'm 36 now, and I'm like, this makes sense. But at 26, it was like, I'll puke.
That's how gin is for me.
Yeah, this is hot. Why does it feel like fire?
It burned. But then you're like, the warmth is nice. It's like an adult blanket on the face.
It's nice. I've grown into it. Nice Scotch on the rocks. It's like you can just sip it.
I don't think I can handle that.
Yeah. It is definitely a dude thing too. Mm-hmm. I don't know a lot of chicks that are like Scotch on the rocks.
Unless she wants to look real cool.
That's concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, oh my God. If I got a Scotch and the girl on the first day was like, make that 2, I'd be like, make that 0. We're leaving. This date is over.
That's really funny.
But I don't know. I never did a 23andMe, but I know my uncle Jack has done the work for our whole mom side of the family. So we know like the town that
he did the whole tree and everything.
We have like a whole very thorough, like, if you ever want to know anything about my mother's side of the family, the Moody's.
That's a cool last name too.
Well, these women are moody. Let me tell you that. It is a double entendre. But he did like the whole, I don't know. He went back with all the records and shit. So we know where all our great-great-grandparents, the church that they were married at and stuff like that. So if I go to Ireland, I have like a whole like map of things to do.
That's nice.
That's nice, yeah.
Go Moody.
Yeah, the Moody's and the McManuses. I think my mom's going to probably watch this and be mad. I think it was McManus.
McManus. Our Irish, I guess Scottish last name is Farrell.
Oh, like Colin. He's Irish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, you'd think
it's
all the green eyes. It's all lining up for
unless he's
Irish.
Scottish. I don't know. I know Colin Farrell's a very Irish man, and he was great in Banshees of Inisherin, which is the most Irish movie you'll ever watch.
I've never seen
it. And it should win the Oscar. This is actually why I'm here to pitch. That is a great movie.
Is it a new movie?
Yeah, it just came. It's in the Oscars this year.
Oh, did you ever get Movie Pass?
What is that?
So it's a card you pay $10 a month and you can see unlimited movies.
At AMC?
No, any theater.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So it blew up.
I would like that.
I'll send you the invite. It's invite
Really?
only.
Oh, wow.
If anyone
Is this
wants,
Raya?
I'll invite you.
Yeah. You got a movie pass and Raya.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think any girl in Raya would want to go see.
No. Yeah, well, now that we've matched on Raya, I've got a thing called Movie Pass.
Raya is an invite only. I don't think anyone here would even know what that is.
No.
A dating app. Who
It's elite.
knows?
I don't know.
I just
Is this middle America we're talking to?
That's what I picture. Who knows? Who knows who's listening?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anybody?
Our moms are listening.
My mother's listening.
Hi, moms.
My sister's probably watching this at some point.
So you're the youngest?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the oldest.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What's that like?
Oh, it's empowering.
Really?
Your sister would know. Was she a bully to you for a little bit?
She would.
Always
Yeah,
nice?
I mean, she would definitely was the babysitter, and so that was like a control opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. She used her leverage.
Yeah.
Growing up a little bit,
I used
and
mine
then
too.
then it was 2 younger brothers. So then once we got of age, it was like, all right, you're in for it.
Damn.
'Cause
Yeah.
then it was
I didn't have
2-on-1.
to worry about the 2-on-1.
Yeah.
I just have the one. So.
Yeah. So and then I was the youngest. But we don't really have too much of a power dynamic. We definitely have all the I was definitely the baby, and I was definitely the most loved by my mother. It's still the case.
How much younger?
We're all 2 years apart, so it's a nice split.
That's nice.
Yeah, she was born in 82. My brother was born in 84. I was born in 86.
Your mom nailed the timing.
Yeah, she did. And then she was older too. My mother was almost 40 when I was born.
Great, because that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah. I think a lot of our generation plan on that.
Yeah, there's no time.
No, my mom was ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
they were
she was.
they did a lot in their 20s and 30s.
Okay, so did it feel like, because I think either way, kids earlier or later, you're going to have the time, you're not going to have the time. Like, they're like, I want to get the kids to move.
You're choosing what time you want the
to
time.
have the time.
Yeah.
I choose younger.
Yeah, right.
It seems
versus having it when you're 50 or
then
something.
retire at like 60, and then the kids.
But then you still have kids at 50. They're just in their 20s.
Yeah, exactly.
They're still your children.
They're still a big responsibility.
I mean, at least in your heart, right? And or hopefully, unless they fucking hate you.
Or they either hate you, or if we've seen anything from a lot of people, I'm sure we know, they're still taking care of their kids.
Right. That's also true. Yeah, so that's a risk that you would take on having kids early. Then they still might be very dependent on you at 50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in your 20s, it's like, we're chilling.
It's the
My mom and dad had a lot of they did a bunch of shit.
That's great.
So, yeah, they had a lot of fun.
And did it seem like your parents were older? Like,
Mm-hmm.
It did? Like, when you were a kid?
Oh, no, I didn't really probably process it till I was like, I don't know. I process it more now because I think about how I always felt like I was raised by a different generation. Now I think about that.
Okay.
Which I was. Like, I remember my buddy's parents were like into John Cougar Mellencamp. If you know what I'm talking about? And like all this Bruce Springsteen and shit like that. And my dad was like Beatles, Beach Boys.
Oh, that's so much better.
It is. Well, I mean, there's an argument
think
for.
so. Well,
I
Bruce
agree.
Springsteen
Yeah.
is the
I mean,
man, but-
right. But I agree. I think like my mom was into like show tunes. We had like Les Mis on tape. And then I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, but like my father was born in 1943. So like he was 60s, 70s maybe a little bit, but he was like old school with that. He liked Steely Dan, the Eagles. So yeah, that's why he had cocaine. Shout out to cocaine.
Isn't it crazy how if we did stand up started 20 years ago, we would have just been covered in cocaine?
Well, I mean, there's an opportunity to still be, but it's going to have a little hint of fentanyl now. And shout out to fentanyl. Undefeated. It will get you.
It is. They just made that stuff. The nose
Narcan?
thingy? Is that what it's called?
Or what are you talking about?
The thing that
To
can
save you?
people.
Narcan,
I
yeah.
think they're making it just on the shelf now.
They should.
They
We
should.
should all, in LA, everybody should have it.
Yeah. Should I mean, put it in my purse?
Because I ain't not doing cocaine. I'm an adult. No, I'm kidding.
Get pepper spray,
That shit
not
is
spray.
scary.
I could kill someone and save someone.
Yeah,
Hurt
yeah.
someone and save someone.
Turn up. Get some
Yeah.
poppers. It's a nice little night.
Never done poppers.
No?
So poppers for my middle America.
Poppers? I didn't know what poppers were until I was
just
in New York
learned
City.
Pretty recently.
I've done poppers.
It makes your butthole big.
It's a gay drug. It's a drug popular with gay men. But it's not. It's also just a drug.
It's like a Whip It version, right? Like a new version of a Whip It.
It's
Or am I
it's
wrong?
not a new version. It's old. Like this has been around. You're really actually, from what I've been told, you're smelling the liquid that creates photos. So like, you know how you put like you develop photos? That's that. That's what that is. And you sniff it and you're like, woo, for like 15 seconds. And then your butthole loosens up. And you can have a man put his penis inside your butthole.
Yes.
With that sensation too.
Who was the first person to figure that out? I
think Elton John. I'm pretty sure it was Elton John.
That makes sense.
No, I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah.
It is crazy.
It's
Fun
wild.
things.
Yeah.
Wow. LA's fun. In
LA
New York.
is fun.
In New York.
New York is crazier than LA and the drug thing.
Yeah. And they have to. It's too cold.
Yeah. I've definitely done more drugs in New York. But LA's cool. LA's like, everybody's kind of weird out here. Nobody does anything. They don't drink or, well,
I guess a lot of
people do drink and people do drugs, but it's way more, it's easier to not do anything out here than I would think in New York.
Probably.
Yeah.
Especially because you have the train too. So it's like, I have to drive.
Yeah, right. You don't have to drive. Yeah. But I mean, also mushrooms on the D train. That ain't what you want either.
No. Oh my God. Lose my mind.
Sounds horrible. No, but I don't know. It's like LA comedy scene. I guess I'm specifically speaking about comedy scene, but they're way more sober people or people that, I don't know. People are like, I drink. And I'm like, you do not drink. I'm like, I drink. Okay. Because I'll go back to Phoenix with my boys and like, you know, we'll get after it. Mm-hmm. And it's just a different level of getting after it.
Yeah. When I'm in Florida, I drink way more than I do out here.
Right. We're in Florida.
South Florida. Like West Palm Beach.
I like that. It's like, are we talking about Miami or not?
Yeah, we're talking about South.
But not Miami.
But not. We go to Fort Lauderdale a lot. It's so much fun.
Really?
But here, like when I'm drinking a lot and I'm at shows and like no one else is, I'm like, do I look crazy?
I mean, if you see any of my clips, I'm drinking almost every time. I just like, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I'm drinking like 12 beers in a night, but I like having like 11.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
I definitely like having a couple. I mean, my mom to this day, she drinks like 2 beers a night. And that's not a lot, but she's also like 115 pounds. So
she feels good.
If she hits the third MGD 64, this woman is passed out.
Woo! Good night.
She's calling all her ex-boyfriends. But I don't know.
Well, did you think of your weekly wiener?
Weekly wiener. So one person that bothered me this week. I don't know how you feel about this, but somebody that bothered me this week was, or actually it was last week, full disclosure. But they just texted me, hey. And this is a person that has also texted me, what's good before. And no follow-up. And it's like, bro, is this AOL? Is this a chat room, dude? I value your time more so even than, you clearly don't value my time. Mm-hmm. What do you want me to say? What's good? Nothing? What's the answer to that you want? You clearly texted me to communicate something bigger than this.
You didn't just text hey to say hey.
Hey? Don't ever text me hey and not have a follow-up.
I agree.
You texted me for a reason. And if you didn't text me for a reason, don't fucking text me.
Because how about that? It looks like they're trying to get you to take the bait.
Hey? What do you want me to say? Hey? What are we doing? Mm-hmm. I know it's not like, it's unlimited text. We're talking about iPhones. Like, it's the blue bubble. I respect that. But, like, don't waste my time.
Yes.
This is crazy. Hey?
That is a wiener-ass move.
I hate that shit.
So did you hold your own and then be like, I'm not responding until
I saw him in person.
Yeah.
I saw him in person. I said, what was that? Because they never followed up.
What did they say?
They were like, what do you mean? And I was like, what do you mean what I mean?
Yeah.
What did you want to say? They ended up there. I think they were going to invite me to their birthday party. And I didn't go. Because you said, hey, invite me to the birthday party.
I texted you to Matt. I said, hey, are you in town?
Great text.
Do this at this time.
And I said no.
I said, I'm not. It was way too last minute.
I would have loved that. I like bowling.
We'll go Wasn't it bowling? Soon, yeah.
I like bowling.
It was fun.
And it was like, I didn't have, I forget what, I had a Sunday show. Wasn't it Sunday?
It was
Saturday. Oh, no, it was Saturday. That's what, I always have shows. Because Papa's booked.
He's a book boy.
But that's why you texted me. You didn't say, hey. And then wait for me to respond and then do it. What the fuck are we talking about? I hate
that.
Or what was I supposed to say? Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
So.
I hate when people, this just makes me sound like a bad whatever. But I hate when people go, hey, how have you been?
Now, I think about that. So, is it a person that hasn't checked in on you, though, in a while?
It's usually a person that typically sends that too often.
Yeah, that's true. And then they also don't really care. Sometimes they don't. Yeah. I also, because I'll do sometimes, like with a good friend or something, but the text will be more thorough. It'd be like, hey, bro, been a minute. How you living? Mm-hmm. That's like a text that I think is fine.
And just somebody who you know will want to receive it.
Been a minute is like saying like, let's catch up. I'm pretty much insinuating what's good. I need like a 5-sentence thing of like, is the baby still alive? Mm-hmm. Are you in a relationship still that's healthy? Is the job okay?
Yes, big bullet points.
Right. Or like, is there something crazy that's going on that I haven't been aware of?
Yeah.
Because you're not popping on IG like you usually are. Yeah. What's good? Mm-hmm. That's like that. But that's not a... What's good would not even insinuate that to somebody. Just be more thorough. Don't fucking text me, hey. That's all I'm saying. I hate that. Oh. And nothing else?
It makes me think that I would have done the same. I wouldn't respond, and that's like a stubbornness of mine. I think, but it just no.
No, I didn't respond.
You don't deserve that.
Well, I had responded. This had happened. This has happened before, and I did play with it. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we're not playing this game.
No, don't fucking play on my phone.
It takes a lot to text someone back.
It takes a lot to piss me off through text. I was like blown away by this etiquette. How does that make sense?
Oh.
What's good? What am I supposed to say? Nothing? Everything?
So much. Too much.
And also, it takes a lot to not text. Well, I don't know. I don't text back a lot.
That's what I mean. But, neither do I. Yeah. So, like, make it text back worthy.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because I let a lot of texts go unseen, and then it's too late. And
how many unread texts do you have right now?
I get OCD about the dots, the bubble dots, so it says none on Instagram and that.
Oh, really?
I have to click it.
You have all red things? Because
the dot drives me crazy. Which, what is yours? How many unread texts?
Look at my text.
14 and 406.
405.
Those are phone calls. 405 mixed texts. How do you even catch up to that? Like, how do you clean that out?
They're out. They're done.
Done. Hay is definitely not getting read.
Hay's getting lost in the shuffle, big guy. Not to feel like I'm like super popular. There's just things that, I mean, also not every text deserves a text back.
No, I agree.
And not every person deserves a text back.
They don't.
So
I think the best thing about getting older is just being more like straightforward, or pretty much being more mean, but learning that it's not being mean.
Everybody doesn't deserve my time. A lot of people are like, damn, that's arrogant. No, you're not arrogant enough.
Yes.
Or it's not even arrogant. It's like being able to value yourself.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's why when you get older, you know your worth and your value and your time, and time is money. Right. And we're on a mission out here. Yeah. We're doing big things or figuring 100%. It out.
People are like, dude, you're an asshole. It's like, dude, I'm 36. I'm not an asshole. You're just younger than me. Or you haven't figured it out. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't need to deal with everything.
I agree.
Prioritize the shit. Make yourself worthy of my time.
Yes.
Because I hope I do the same to you. Mm-hmm. You text me back. This is me teaching a course on how to age at Arizona State University.
Yeah.
Don't text everybody back.
Don't do it. I had a bunch of wieners in my mind, but I can only think of one. I don't even know. All right.
That's a crazy, out of context. That was nutty. And I'm sorry to your boyfriend for being on this couch. You just edited that. I got a bunch of wieners on my mind, but one of them's really, really focused in on me.
But I don't even think this is the one I wanted to say. Mm-hmm. It's a broad wiener. It's
a girthy wiener?
It's a girthy wiener.
Okay.
Everyone could relate to this wiener.
What's that?
It's left turns in LA, and I'm sure other cities.
Love it.
Unacceptable. There's not a big opening for a left turn.
Oh, yeah. It's on red.
It's on red.
On the red light. You turn
left. You have to turn left during a red light.
It's on red receipt.
I'm like, right, we're on text line. I'm like,
right. Okay.
I was like, it's a joke I didn't get. A lot of stuff goes over my head. So turning left, you have to turn on a red light. For everyone in Middle America that I think is listening.
Oh, LA is crazy. If you think you know how to drive, LA is like Mario Kart, Toad's Turnpike backwards. In reverse.
That is spot spot on.
It's like this. It's a wild place. You have to be aggressive, but also passive.
Yes.
Because you can't be overly aggressive because somebody might cut you off, and then you have to be a little passive because somebody might do that too. So you have to be alert that they might have to get into the lane. It's crazy.
I feel like I have fun with it. I feel like I'm a pretty well-driven driver out here. I figured it out with exactly what you said. But this pisses me off. The wiener is the pedestrian that just is first. They're always first.
Like a human being walking.
Yeah, just because you don't have a fucking car doesn't mean you get to go first.
They're walking. So you're trying to turn left, and they're right here.
You finally get an opening. You're trying for a while to make your left.
Yeah, you should hit them. Yeah.
I know you have to just hit them, or else you're not going to get to turn.
Because you're just like you have no idea what meeting I'm missing.
Because when I'm a pedestrian,
somebody just texted me, "Hey, I've got to respond to this quickly."
Because I won't text and drive.
Yeah. When you're a pedestrian, what do you do?
That's my thing, because this is why I get annoyed.
You hurry?
I'm always self-aware of everything.
Oh,
so
sure.
if I see...
Nobody would question that. You're the most self-aware person I know. I'm always self-aware of everything is a wildly general statement.
I try to be self-aware.
Okay.
All right. I think that deserves being checked on.
Yeah. I'd like to call your mother and some of your closest cohorts.
Especially if you know me.
You know me. I'm always self-aware.
I'm like,
of everything.
Every little thing that's going on. There's like a fire right here.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. This audio isn't even on.
Would you be surprised?
Oh my God.
So when I'm a pedestrian.
Which is how often are you a pedestrian?
I like to walk.
So often.
Like it's probably like once a month.
Yeah.
I like to look, and then I go, you go.
Yeah, I agree.
You go. You go quicker.
Because I'm going to go.
Walking.
Right, yeah.
And I see, but then these people that don't even look.
Yeah.
They're just little zombies, and they always have they always have headphones with wires. I'm just gonna get something to say.
I'm wired in right now. My other wiener of the week was the guy at Five Guys who stole my AirPods. But I got.
You got wires?
Look at this.
Oh shit!
I think I have it. Oh yeah, look how dumb I feel. Look at this shit. You know how stupid this is?
Damn.
What is this? It's all tangled up. This guy definitely stole my AirPod, and I called him because I left my AirPod at the Five Guys, and I called the manager, and she was like, "We didn't find the AirPods." And it's like, look, I know you found my AirPods, and I know that somebody has my AirPods now.
Did you track them?
Yeah, they're at the fucking Five Guys on Pico. I know exactly where they are, and you know what? It's fine. I think I just would have liked honesty, and I would have liked her to be like, "Look, Frank at the fry machine has your AirPods." He's already changed it to Frank's AirPods on his phone. It's in his phone now as Frank's AirPods. And I would have been like, I don't think legally I can do anything about that.
Because now they're Frank's.
And the court and Judge Judy would have been like, you're out on this.
Yeah.
And I would have been fine with that. But she said that they weren't there. And she lied. And she knows what the fuck happened to those AirPods. There's a dude that's fucking singing on the fucking fry line right now. He didn't have those AirPods a week ago.
That sucks, because they're expensive. Man, I can't believe I brought up the wire so close to your heart right now.
But the pedestrians, you got to hit them. Also, red lights in LA, suggestions.
They are.
People run red lights all the time.
It is. That's why I think most of the accidents, you always see intersection accidents. And I'm like, which side ran the red light? One of them did it.
Red stuff. Yeah, it's always red light stuff. It is wild. It's a wild place. Sometimes like on a yellow turning red and then the left turn happens. Sometimes you're angry if 3 cars don't get through.
Oh, yeah.
If you're the third car, there is a decision you're making. And you better be on the bumper in front of you and you better roll through.
Yeah.
And if you don't, the person behind you, I've seen 4 through one time.
4?
I mean, just because people in LA don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because they know that if they do it, that's the thing. That's the thing about being passive here also. You have to assume that everybody's a maniac on the road.
It's kind of a way of life. I have
it's
to
nuts.
pee.
Yeah? Do you want to go?
I'm worried because I'm wearing gray.
Yeah, you have sweats on. I have sweats
I wore sweats because I wanted to match them. What did you call yourself? Puma Poppy?
Puma Poppy, yeah. I wear Puma sweatpants head to toe all the time.
Can you give them a Puma ad while I go pee?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody at home, if you're a golfer, you guys have seen Ricky Fowler do what he does. If you're somebody that likes taking naps during the day, or maybe like at night you like sleeping in your own clothes, or you just like being comfortable for 24 hours straight, Puma. That's my pitch. It's very nice. They're really up there ante. Jay-Z is a part of their shoe stuff now, I think. LaMelo Ball. What are we talking about? Go get yourself some Puma. Check them out. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. The marathon continues. You think that marathon's continuing without Puma? Probably. I think his words and his actions and music would probably live on without Puma. But Puma is helping make more clothing for him to continue the marathon. So things to think about. Also, Lauren London, if you're watching, I'm Mike. And if you need a shoulder to cry on. Is that too soon? It's been a couple years. I'm sorry if that's inappropriate, but I always had a crush on her.
2 years is totally enough.
For your spouse to die?
Yeah.
When? No, Nipsey Hussle died probably 4 years ago now. She's probably moved on.
I just learned who she was from that movie.
Oh, you didn't know who that was?
I didn't know who that was.
Nunu? You don't know who Nunu is?
That's her name?
No, it's her name in
Her
ATL,
nickname?
the movie ATL.
Oh, no. I didn't know who she was. Now I know.
It's tough. She was, she was Nunu. And then she was in, what was she in? I think she was in Entourage, too.
Oh, wow. So she's been...
Turtle was into her in Entourage.
So
Remember Entourage?
Yeah, I remember Entourage. So she's been at it for a while.
And then she married Nipsey.
Yeah, that's tough.
That was big. And then, she's cool as fuck.
I looked her up, and she was dating someone else really cool before.
Probably.
Yeah. So I think you're next.
That's pretty neat.
I think you're next.
Yeah, she's into cool cats.
Yeah, you hear that? You're a cool cat.
Puma Poppy. I'm a pretty cool cat. One of the coolest cats out.
Did you hear? I think I saw it on Andrew Schultz's podcast, the clip, that they didn't really kiss in that movie.
Oh, her and Jonah Hill?
Did you know that?
I didn't watch the movie.
You shouldn't.
I heard it was bad.
It was really bad.
And I like all the people involved, and I hate when they make bad movies. Because you're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on in Hollywood where we can't make a good comedy anymore?
It's so bad.
I wouldn't mind just a formulaic... I don't know. It's weird. Rom-coms were... I was never like somebody that seeked out a rom-com, but fuck. I'll watch the fuck out of like
Forgetting
10 Things
Sarah
I Hate
Marshall.
About You.
Ooh, classic.
Yeah, like those. Yeah. Well, the like the high school ones were great. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is amazing. I mean, even like I don't know. I'll watch a bad Katherine Heigl movie because they weren't that bad. Mm-hmm. They were actually like very formulaic and
I have
like
a whole DVD collection.
Yeah,
I think everyone.
The act one is a woman that works way too hard and doesn't have time for a man.
Yeah, she's busy.
But she's a smoke show in the city, making like $185K just cleaning up. She's always works for a fashion design magazine for some reason, and she clearly doesn't have money because she's got deadlines.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden Gerard Butler just fucking rams his way into her life. I love that shit.
Yeah, they don't make them that good anymore. Just watch the Reese Witherspoon, Ashton Kutcher one.
Is
Made
it
it 10
new?
minutes in. Just came out. Billboards are everywhere. So excited. Great cast.
What's it called? Well, first of all, it's bad.
Oh,
really?
the worst.
What's going on?
I don't know.
I think it might be. I mean, I will also say that every rom-com that, like I just broke down the formula of it, it's stupid. It also assumes that women don't have the ability to like have time for a man when they're working, whereas a man in the same role has women.
Very true.
It's very stupid, but I mean, I don't know. It was fun.
It seems
Kate Hudson always got with McConaughey, right? Yeah. Or whatever. That was a fun one.
I love that one. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite ones.
It's good.
It's great. But yeah, it should not. They shouldn't be able to fuck it up.
Right. They should flip it. Like a dude should be in the female spot now because that's just how life works now. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll be Kate Hudson.
And you could have.
I'm an overworked man.
Yes, you are.
I've always said that. And I need Kate Hudson to take over my life.
But you can have what's her name play the love interest.
Ana de Armas, of course.
Oh, would you have
or Janelle Monáe? Those are my two favorites.
Who would you rather have? Both great choices.
Those are my two right now. I've thought about this recently. Those are my two favorite people who are both the same role in both the Knives Out movies.
Oh, those movies.
They're both the foil in both those movies.
That I liked both of them. I heard
those are good.
I heard the creator was pissed that the Billboard said a Knives Out mystery. He didn't want to be wanted the new one to be tied to Knives Out, and I was like, I watched it because I love Knives Out, and I saw it was connected to Knives Out.
It's a lot of the same tone, but it doesn't have any. It's all different characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's branding.
Problem.
Yeah, I watched it.
I watched it,
but I would have watched it because of the director. But they think that people are stupid, and they don't connect that.
Yeah, that's
also,
good.
Rob Reiner used to make good movies. Yeah, remember like when there was like 5 years in a row, it was like the movie was like New Year's Eve, and it was just a movie about the New Year's Eve night, and like
there's 12.
Yeah. And then the other one was like Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day had one.
Mother's Day had one, I think, too, maybe.
They did have a Mother's Day, but I think it was like 4 people instead of 12.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It stinks too, because like when I'm like, acting, those would be such fun movies to be in.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I might not get the lead, but I'll take the funny best friends.
You take the tertiary friend that's like kind of the comedy.
Yeah, I'll
100%.
take it. I'm fine with that.
The chick that's like, oh yeah, well I fucked the dude last week and he didn't call me and I don't give a fuck and I blocked him. And it's like, oh, she's a slut.
Yeah,
she's a fun slut.
Why do they always make them a fun slut?
They're good. They're great. It's always Natasha Lyonne. It's always Natasha Lyonne in all those roles.
Was that the girl with the dark brown, like the blackish hair? Why am I blanking on who that is?
She was the fun slut in I forget what movie it was. I think in like 10 Things I Hate About You. No, that's not right.
Oh.
There's always like a friend that it has like everything figured out in the man department. They know when to have sex and when not to have sex.
Yeah.
It's like
they sleep in but the lead wakes up early.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh man. All right. Well, that was our wieners.
Yeah. And a good breakdown of romantic comedies.
If in case you're wondering.
Don't turn left in LA.
Yeah, good luck. Every time my mom visits, she's like, I'm not driving here.
I think it'll make you a more alert driver for sure.
That's definitely for sure.
I always pride myself in driving ability. So.
I definitely drive worse when someone else is in the car. I'm one of those stereotypes.
Oh yeah. So I'm pretty calm, collect.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or I just don't realize I drive bad when I'm by myself.
My sister is one of the worst drivers in America. It's a hard stance I have, but when people are in the car, she freaks out also. And it's like, all right, so should I say something or should I not? Because we're about to die. If you change this lane, there is a family of 5 that's also going to die with us.
Yeah, that's always a tough spot where you're like, do I say something? Do they see that car flying at us?
Usually no.
I guess say something. It's less risk.
Mm.
All right. So, did you think of your 2 jokes or moments?
Yeah. So, what's the caveat?
So, one moment, embarrassing, miserable, whatever kind of moment in life that you didn't make into a joke, or you haven't yet, or you tried and didn't work.
Okay.
And then one that you did make into a joke.
So, one that I did make into a joke. I'm trying to think. One that I did make into a joke. One that I didn't make into a joke. For sure is I'll tell you that is a failed threesome that I had.
Oh my gosh, that's not a joke?
It's not a joke.
Oh, that should be a joke.
I don't know how to navigate it. It's like
a threesome.
Because it's just a completely botched threesome that was like ready to go.
What happened?
It was right during the Me Too era.
Okay.
And I was like, is consent all around? And I think I asked too many. There was one girl that I knew I had hooked up with multiple times, like, so that was cool. And then this other girl was like new to the situation, and we had just met that night, and it was like they were making out and we were kind of all being very playful. And then I think I was just like, she was also definitely on drugs.
Girl 1 or girl 2?
Girl 2, new girl.
Okay.
And I wanted to make sure that this was okay,
especially since it's the new girl.
And I think when you're on drugs, sometimes like eventually she was like, yeah, it's okay. And then I was like, so we're good. And then eventually she's on drugs enough where it's like, who the fuck is this guy? Mm-hmm. Why does he keep asking? Is it good? Like, because if you ask too many times, then I'm creepy. Mm-hmm. Or then there's a level of like, there's a threshold of consent. Or I don't know.
We probably got in her head that if he keeps asking, something must be wrong.
Yeah, what's in the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100% is what happened. And then I tried to salvage it, and then it all fell apart. So it's actually really not that. It's really just me. Yeah, I don't know. It was funny because it was during the Me Too era, so I remember thinking like the joke could be like there's 2 girls that are like you too, and I was like, me too. Based on the New York Times
Don't say
bestseller,
that.
not Me Too.
Don't say that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it didn't work out. Fell apart.
Man, that sucks.
It did suck.
But you did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like she would not have been upset if you didn't keep questioning her.
I think if I would have been more assumptive, yeah. But that's the thing with consent.
You don't know.
Is like, yeah, if we want to get into that whole thing, but you're just like, it's funny when chicks are like, well, you know, it's like no means no, but it's like, okay, but no with a giggle at the end means try harder. All right. Like we've all heard a girl say like, no, not tonight.
Stop it.
Yeah. It's like, okay. All right.
And there's a no.
Yeah. But in the court of law, she said no, but it's like, all right, but judge, there was a smirk, clear smirk.
She has like a cleft
Yeah.
lip.
And she laughed. She was laughing at the no. So I don't know. That was an interesting one. And then the one that I've made into a joke, an embarrassing one, is probably just being in Phoenix and going on a date. I remember, and this happens a lot in LA. And I remember during the first date realizing that it took me like 37 minutes to get there, and just realizing this was a waste of time and we're never going to be.
Yeah.
And it's always funny to me that real relationships that could matter, and because people live like outside of your bubble.
That's very true.
Yeah, like you could have like the best chemistry, and it's like, but you live in Pomona? What are we talking about? Yeah, like you're in Whittier? What are you doing? Like I was in Phoenix, and this chick lived, there's a town called Surprise. And surprise, biz, this ain't gonna work out. That's the trick. That's it. It's also a super crushes in Phoenix. It's a local joke, but it works in like any city. It's like one of those things where it's like whatever this town is that is just the threshold of being okay with commuting to. But yeah, surprise, and it didn't work out.
It is wild though. Like when you're dating, you'll be like, some people get so desperate they'll open up to different states and just figure it out. But like,
yeah, some people are like, I'll move.
They'll move
to Memphis tomorrow. It's like, what?
Pathetic.
For a couple of text exchanges? Jesus.
But yeah, out here we won't. I have a best friend from Florida. Grew up with, great friend. She moved to Brentwood. I
never see her.
See her maybe once a year.
100%. You're right. You're not wrong. Like, it's crazy. Real relationships can end if somebody moves like 23 minutes away.
Yeah, you gotta be.
And it's like, oof.
10 mile or less.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, no.
You're going to your Chili's? I have a Chili's.
Yeah, we have our own Chili's.
What are we doing?
We're not going to your Chili's. I don't know the host.
And yeah, so it is a funny thing to me. I've always thought that was funny. That people, it is just a commute thing. LA, in like whether you're on the apps or something like that, like you'll be talking to did you ever do the apps out here?
For like a week, and then I was
tough.
like, I just wanted to see what it was
well,
all
we're
about.
comedians. We can meet people.
Yeah, we're lucky we're always
Also,
out.
I'm a male comedian. It's way easier to be a male comedian than I've thought about that a lot recently, too.
I don't think it's hard to be a female comedian dating.
Dating? Really? I've talked to a bunch of female comedians that think it's horrible.
That's all because they created that in their own head, I think.
See? Where you bitches at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Get out your own way.
Are you kidding me?
You trying to turn left on the red. And the pedestrian's in the way, but the pedestrian's made up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Guys like funny girls like that.
I don't know. I guess I know that the type of guy that will go up to a girl after a show is probably a weird dude. I would say that. The type of dude that you get versus the type of girl that we get.
Get it. After shows, you're probably right. But
yeah.
I mean, dating as a whole, I think as a comedian, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm probably talking about like at the comedy club.
Yeah, we'd probably get pervs.
Those dudes
creepy,
are weirdos.
Over talkers.
Yeah. Not to say some of the chicks aren't crazy or unstable, but who isn't? I'm raised by a woman named Moody. So, but yeah, but in the dating, as I was saying, like you'll link with somebody, and then in LA for sure, the first couple questions is like, all right, what are your cross streets? So like what part of town you at? Because it's like, I live like in kind of by Koreatown, but it's like if I told somebody in Venice that I lived in Koreatown, they'd be like,
oh no,
we're done.
Oh no,
this is really nice. You have everything I'm looking for. And more. But no.
Yeah, if it wasn't for this 30-minute drive, we'd probably get married.
And again, they're not wrong.
No. If
I don't
anything.
know. But I had a girlfriend that lived pretty far, but it was worth it. It made some people, that's probably, I'm generalizing, some people will do the crazy commutes.
You just have to get past the hump of the annoyance to realize they are really, really worth it.
Yeah.
But originally,
yeah. Are you worth a 32-minute commute?
No, because you can only listen to so many podcasts. Am I right?
Dick better be good. For a 32-minute commute. That's all I'm saying.
That makes it harder for the women as well. And if you don't have a car, just don't date.
Oh my God.
Just don't date.
That's
Move to New York.
You're making this uber difficult.
Oh, he's a comedian,
Come on.
Everybody.
Come on.
He's a comedian.
When we airlift this relationship out of here. I'm sorry. I'm done.
No, that was good. That was good. Let's see where we're at. Oh, we're good. I thought wait, did you have any other stories?
No.
Okay. I thought of another wiener.
Oh, really?
This one that really...
You're doubling up on the wieners?
I'm doubling up on the wieners. This just happened.
Oh, okay.
Because we were talking about shows and people after. Someone on a show recently invited 2 fans they've never met up into the green room.
Oh, damn. Where? At like a comedy
club?
Laugh
Factory.
Oh, damn. That's a weird green room, though.
It was.
The upstairs thing?
Yeah.
That's kind of a more casual green room, though.
They wouldn't stop talking. They got free drinks. They got blacked out. They were going into arguments. A guy and a couple.
Okay.
And they were going into arguments with each other. The guy was like, should the guy choose the wedding ring? Like psychopathic, bad, drunk conversations. And it just...
And then the person that invited them up didn't read the situation enough where like that person should be removed.
And they weren't the ones stuck talking to them.
Yeah.
We got stuck talking to them. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh my God.
That green room etiquette is a whole different thing in comedy that is very, where you're like, you can't bring, there's a threshold of people you can bring in. You can bring immediate family in, like nuclear family, like brother.
Yes.
Or mother or father or something. You shouldn't. I mean, you got to check the cousin. I've seen some sketchy cousins roll in.
Oh, you do have to check the cousin.
And then like if it's your best friend or your friend, like it better be a cool person. Because you know your friends well enough to know if this is going to be a bad situation.
Can they handle themselves?
Right. So don't bring a weird friend in. Read the situation. Yeah. People are dumb.
That was a bad
And that's
one.
a person that's not self-aware enough to understand green room etiquette. Therefore, long-term, probably not self-aware enough to be a good comedian.
Get out of here.
You stink.
Get out of here.
You stink. That's why you're stuck at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah. Oh, man. Those lineups have gotten rough.
Well, if only they could keep a booker.
Oh, I know. The newest one's gone if you haven't heard.
This is just inside baseball stuff now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But although those lineups are rough, it also means I'm mad I'm not on them. I'd love to be on them.
Book me. I will be on any of your bad lineups.
I'd love to be. I love Laugh Factory.
I'll be the worst comic on your worst lineup.
Yeah, any day. Any day.
Call me Jamie.
All right, Jamie. Yeah, Jamie. I heard you love women. I'm just kidding. Jamie, I think we get along.
You too?
Oh! I saw him at Starbucks the other day.
I don't know what it looks like.
It was the first time I've seen him in person, and I wanted to say hi so bad, and I was like, that won't work out well. He's a stranger just having coffee with someone. Yeah. So I looked at him, and I said, bye. I
know. I'm aware of who you are.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, it's that.
You want any almond milk, sir?
I go grab a apron.
You want some titty milk? Ma'am.
Yeah, wait till I'm 40.
Yeah, there he is. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
That's it. We did it.
We good?
We did it.
Oh, nice. It was fun.
Thanks for doing it. Wow.
Hey, to all you Mandalorians out there. Oh. What are your fan base called? Martiniacs? Martaniacs?
I've been thinking about it. I wanted to call them the Wieners, but then I guess that's fucked up because that's what I call about people I hate.
Bunch of dry Martinos.
Oh.
Or, what's the other one? Dirty Martinos?
I don't know. Would it be a put on my... I don't think that would
It's horrible. These are all bad.
It's called Misery Loves Mandy, so... And then... I can't think of a name
Does Misery love Mandy?
I think Misery loves all comedians.
Yeah, that's true. Misery plus time equals, I don't know, therapy?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Checks out.
Yeah, it checks out.
I don't know.
But we'll keep thinking on the name.
Misery Loves Mike.
That sounds good. Don't steal it.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm starting my own next week, actually. Thinking of a name. I love alliteration. You got any ideas?
Yeah. And then you call them your wieners.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be great.
Yeah, you got any dirty vaginas that you don't like?
Oh. Hey, you have anything you want to plug?
Follow me on all social media at Turner Comedy on Instagram is probably my best one.
All right, there you
YouTube, all that stuff.
I'll put all the links below.
Yes.
Okay.
Hit all the links below.
Hit all the links below. Hey, bye.